extraterrestrials. The Japanese are methodical people, a researcher's dream, thanks to their tradition of recording historical events in minute detail, without embellishment. In the late 1970s, some documents were found which reported that ancient Japan was visited by visitors from outside our solar system nearly 1,000 years ago. Norihiro Saito, an authority on ancient Japanese records and history, and an outspoken critic of UFO and ancient astronaut theories, was dismayed to discover that the document clearly showed that aliens visited Japan around the year 1000 and again in the 17th century and had made some determined but unsuccessful attempts to communicate with Earthmen. I admit the discovery of these documents upset me because they contradict my own long-held theories, Saito said later, but I will defend their authenticity to any authority. Saito says that the first UFO reference he found was in Hyoseiji Temple Chronicle, released in what would have been August of 1050, part of the reads. According to the commander of the left guard post, he observed two bright objects come at each other in the heavens and exchange fire at one another. He said both objects approached each other slowly at first, and upon reaching a distance of about 10 meters they stopped in mid-air and let out tiny star-like object that went between the larger object. Then two larger objects flew away at tremendous speeds. After the episode, the sky clouded up with a thick smoke. It was reported that many farmers of the area also witnessed the phenomenon. The temple document is clearly referring, says scientists, to a pair of motherships which launched smaller probes carrying one or two aliens to carry out low-level exploration of the planet. Many of the documents of this period contain references to Utsuro-bune. Utsuro literally means space vessel, or more correctly starship, and Benjin means savage female. It was the custom at this time for the Japanese to refer to all foreigners as Benji, barbarians. So the savage female was clearly the foreign barbarian from the starship. The first records of Japanese close encounter of the third kind were published during the Edo era, which began around 1603 and lasted till well into the 19th century. Both records are from volume 1 and 2 of the Japan Zyuhitsu Tassel and appear with the original drawing of saucer-shaped spacecraft made by the contactees. One of the sightings was made by the samurai Echinokami Ogasawara, who reported seeing a flying ball off the beach of Harayadori in the province of Hitachi in northern Japan. I saw the object land in the water far offshore and ordered the local fishermen to go out in their boats and pull the object onto the beach, he wrote. When the fishermen finally managed to bring the object ashore, they measured its length at over 18 feet. The upper part was made of sliding glass windows with resinous frames, and its bottom was braced with stripes of metallic plates. When the fishermen looked into the transparent upper dome, they were shocked to see a strangely shaped woman sitting inside the craft. And Ogasawara said that the woman was strangely dressed and had dazzling blue beads sewn into her garment, which were a shimmering green color. The woman's hair was white in color and looked fast, and the samurai said her face was difficult to describe. The woman arose from the craft carrying a black box about 2 feet long. Ogasawara said the box was rectangular in shape and gave out a strange sound like the ringing of crystal. The woman spoke, but we could not understand her. Then she pointed to the inside of the craft, which was covered with strange writing. The samurai said the fisherman became very frightened and ran to a nearby village for help, returning 2 hours later with the local mayor and a detachment of soldiers. But by the time the soldiers arrived at the beach, the woman and her craft were gone, Ogasawara said. This incident happened in late winter when snow lay thick on the ground and news of the encounter spread slowly. But a few hours after, the first sighting on almost identical craft landed on a beach several hundred miles away, again near a highly populated area. This time, the strange woman stood beside her craft, and when the local peasants came closer, they were amazed to see her carrying a black rectangular humming box. The woman held out the box toward the villagers and said something in a foreign tongue, and this was enough to send them scuttling back to their home in terror. According to the records, neither the woman, her craft, or the mysterious humming box was ever seen again, and no more UFO sighting appeared in the writing. Japan, which spent centuries isolated from the rest of the world, appears to have been one of the few places where space aliens have made a genuine attempt to communicate with Earthmen, but that country's traditional fear and distrust of hairy barbarians from the stars or anywhere else unfortunately made this communication impossible. Closer to our own time, Commodore Perry of the United States Navy had a similar difficult time trying to break through Japan's tradition of isolation. It's a sobering thought that just 400 years ago, mankind here on Earth may have lost a golden opportunity to communicate with the intelligence creators from beyond the stars. We must never pass up such a wonderful opportunity again.